guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video I want to answer the question, will I win my injury case? Will I win my car crash injury case? And how much will I get? Boy, that combines the two most common questions I get from people. And I talked to a guy who talked to him for about 35-40 minutes, answered all his questions. He ultimately decided he wanted to hire me, but those were basically, all of his questions came down to, do you think I'll win and how much will I get, right? So I want to tell you, there's basically three things to talk about here in a car crash case. Now this also applies to like a motorcycle crash, a truck accident, a CTA crash, any motor vehicle crash, but you know, car crash is just the way I think of any motor vehicle crash. It's like sort of a shorthand that I use in my brain for motor vehicle crashes. So I thought I would shoot a quick video telling you how you can know the answers to those questions. So the first thing to think about is it a dead bang, no question whose fault it is, right? Versus a situation where they can claim it might be your fault too, or a portion of it might be your fault, right? So what do I mean? So if it's a rear ender and you have a witness or two, or the police witnessed it, or the police report is very clear that you were at a complete stop for at least several seconds to a minute or two, and somebody just smashed into you, there's not much of an argument to be made that you were at fault at all. The other guy was completely at fault. Here's another one. You're driving in the leftmost lane, somebody crosses the center line, there's video footage of it, there's a bunch of witnesses who say you were doing it, you were doing what you're supposed to do, the other guy crossed the center line and ran into you. That's pretty clear. Now, just because it should be clear doesn't mean that a lot of tomfoolery doesn't occur with the insurance companies, right? So I represent a young lady who got rear-ended and pushed into the car in front of her, and the insurance adjuster called me and said that they took statements from, they took a statement from one of the other drivers who said that our lady rear-ended the car in front of her and then put her car in reverse and hit him. So, I confirmed that with the client, and I'm getting the traffic pod camera. She's like, no way, that's crazy, it didn't happen. My point is, insurance adjusters will say things like this and without any evidence. And if they dissuade you or your lawyer from making a claim on that basis, they win. They're getting rewarded for not telling the truth, right? So my point is, just because the basic facts say that you have a strong case on liability, in other words, who caused the crash, doesn't mean that the insurance company isn't going to fight it, right? But, the stronger your liability case, the more likely you're going to win your case. The other thing is, how soon did you have symptoms? How soon did you go to the doctor after the crash? And how consistent is your medical care until you're discharged, right? All of those things are important to make a strong case. So the expectation, and it's based on the expectation of somebody else who's looking at your case saying, is it legit or are the injuries suspect, right? That's because I don't like to go to the doctor. I delay going to the doctor. Almost every guy I know delays going to the doctor. Half the women I know delay going to the doctor. The other half of the women yell at the rest of us for not going to the doctor right away because it's the best thing to do. But we all know people delay going to the doctor, right? But when somebody's judging your injury case, they hold it against you. If there's a gap in treatment, or you delayed going to the doctor, or if, a new injury springs up in the middle of treatment. I've had cases where my client tells me when I sign up their case, it's like my neck and my lower back and my right shoulder. I get their medical records. In the emergency room, there's no mention of right shoulder. For the first few visits at the doctor, there's no right shoulder. And then all of a sudden they start complaining of the right shoulder. Now, I always give my clients the benefit of the doubt, but I also explain to them that if you're 2 months into treatment and a new complaint springs up, we better have a really good explanation for it. And if we don't have a real good explanation for it, the jury is going to think, the judge is going to think, the insurance adjuster is going to think that you hurt your shoulder some other way, right? So these are the sorts of things that make your case stronger. Now, what makes your case bigger and worth a lot of money? A lot of it has to do with how big your wage loss claim is, how much medical care you had, and whether your injury is permanent, right? Did you undergo a serious medical procedure, like a surgery, injections, multiple surgeries? Do you have a permanent problem now, right? I always tell people the simple example is 2 guys break a leg, same leg, they work together, they make the same amount of money, they do the same job, they get in the same ambulance, go to the same hospital, get all the same treatment. One guy has a permanent limp, the other guy has no limp at all and no problems with his leg. The guy with the limp's case is worth a lot more money because he has a permanent injury that he has to live with for the rest of his life. And the guy who's right as rain, well, it's still a great case. It's still worth money. But it's going to be worth less money than somebody with a bad outcome like a permanent limp, right? So, that in a nutshell is how to tell if it's likely that you're going to win your case and whether your case, what your case might be worth, right? But, I have a couple of tools on my website that are free and no obligation. One is called the Good Case Calculator. It tells you in 15 seconds flat whether you might have a good case or a case with some challenges. It's completely free, link in the description. I also have the Case Cash Calculator. It tells you what your case might be worth in settlement. Same deal. It literally takes 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds to do. It's just a bunch of questions, and it gives you an idea of what your case might be worth in settlement. So I'll leave the link in the description to both of those. Free to use, no obligation. Of course, the best way to know what your car crash case might be worth is to talk to a lawyer. That's where I come in. I offer a free, no obligation consultation, even if we don't work together, even if you don't have a case and we're not going to do a case together. I'm happy to talk to you. I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to answer your questions. If you do have a case, obviously I'd love to represent you. And if you know anybody, so give me a holler anytime, night or day, 312-500-4500. That's 312-500-4500. And I'm wrapping it up. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.